Hey there, welcome back to another video. I am Ramona, and we're going to do another video about what are some of your secret goals, hopes, dreams that may or may not be achieved. Hopefully this will inspire you or make you empathize or something. Before we get started, if you like this video or any of my videos, please like them. Leave a comment, maybe subscribe to the channel. Any of those things would help, but here we go. Ready? What I want to do is start a company called IMF that deals with a new form of battery and energy, transportation, the form of wormholes and portals, medicine, basically anything to make Earth peaceful. Then I would be rich, but everyone would be happy. Then I would create a large white ship called the Leviathan that is capable of space travel. I would travel to some alien planet, i.e. Vulcan, and then take T'Pol as my wife and get married and have two half-Vulcan children with pointy ears. I would travel the universe and then find a way into other universes using my ship. Happy, happy, happy. It's never going to happen. I've always wanted to own the Denver Broncos. I've always dreamed of winning an Academy Award. Acting was the only thing I ever wanted to do, after, of course, I grew up wanting to be an astronaut at around the age of 8. I devoted my entire high school career to acting and never invested in any time or effort in any other facet of school. I was actually quite good, as I was told anyway, but I completely stunted my career. As I entered adulthood with no real skills and only adequate grades, I realized I was too chicken shit to actually be an actor. I'm horribly self-conscious and terrified of rejection. You could praise me a million times, but criticize me once, and I crumble. After years of soul-searching, I stumbled into medicine as a paramedic. I'm broke, but scrounging along, trying to pay my way through school for a bio degree on my way to medical school. Still, every year I watch the Academy hand out those cheap golden statues to people I used to dream of calling peers with jealous longing. I imagine what it would be like to be up there, to be held with esteem, to be proud, to be respected for my work and doing the thing I love most. And every year I chide myself for dreaming of the impossible. Pathetic wishes for a life I want beyond measure. But no, will never happen. I want to invent something. I have some good ideas sometimes, but no idea where to make them happen. I also would like to make enough money to financially support my mom and make the rest of her life as happy and easy as I can. I want to own cats. I want to be a zoologist or a vet in Africa or in some other exotic place. I really want to get an airship off the grid somewhere. Become a tailor. That's cool. I also wanted to be an actress when I was 10. 11 years down the road, I still want to do it, but I won't tell anyone because A, it's not going to support me or my family in the future, and B, I feel that people will laugh at me for having a silly dream, especially for 11 or 12 years. In the meantime, I'm looking for something else I can have as a career. As unrealistic as it may be, I'd like to be happy someday. Not ecstatic or overjoyed, just content with where I am or who I am and what I'm doing. I want to be a music producer. It would be cool, but I don't know much about it. I want to be a woman. I'm more than comfortable as a man, but I want to be a woman. However, I feel that I would never be attractive on the fact that I am very tall with broad shoulders. I want to write a successful comic, write some amazing pieces of music, write a fantasy novel or series, master 2 languages, and design some awesome software. I don't usually vocalize these because I can draw, write, and play piano, speak a bit of Japanese, and fuck around on a computer to some degree, but I can never seem to force myself to master one or the other because I'll be cutting off the other options of the ones I don't pick. I want to be a helicopter pilot, but I'm stereo blind, so I probably wouldn't be any good at it. I want to kick George R.R. Martin so hard in the nutsack that his balls rocket up into his spine and into his brain, where he'll finally get the testosterone he needs to stop traveling around the world and finish the goddamn series already. I want to be a monk. I want to give up my uni degree, my friends, everything I currently have and do. I think being a monk and meditating all day, every day, away from the worries of having to conform to what society views as normal, away from paying taxes, working a 9-to-5 job I don't like. I just want to be free and happy. It's safe to say this will not come true. I'm 20 and speak only English. Do it. Don't pussyfoot with your bitch-ass sad face, someone replied with. I want to go to Antarctica and use paraskiing as my primary mode of travel. It seems like a random kid's dream, but I really have my heart set on it. Whoops, lost my place. Somebody else wants to be the Punisher. I want to be an astronaut so effing bad. I would like to work for Rooster Teeth, or failing that, immigrate to England. To own an independent video store, but I don't see that happening. Because VHS is over. I want to be a bigger metal band than Metallica. I want to play the piano well enough to play this song perfectly. I don't know what the song is. Hell, all my life aspirations are unrealistic to some varying degree. I want to become a god, or something like that. Immortality through robotics. Seed IA creation. Making my connectogram, I have set myself some time to do these things. Of course, if I fail to accomplish the goal, I will simply suicide. No point in living. No interest in normal human life or happiness, which I find very pathetic and meaningless. I have always wanted to destroy Earth. I want to raise dogs out of the country. I'm happiest when I'm with the big, goofy, bouncing dogs. I'd also like to own a horse, maybe, as well. I also have career aspirations to be a veterinarian, but I constantly doubt my ability to get there. My goal is to become an Air Force pilot, flying one of the largest aircraft in the world, the C-17 Globemaster. That may not be achievable for me. Kind of the same thing as the top comments here. I want to be completely self-sustainable. I want to have a completely self-sustainable farm where the only work I do is taking care of the animals, windmills, solar panels. I also want to be able to be totally away from anywhere and anything. No internet, only snail mail to keep in touch with relatives. No bullshit except the literal kind. I wanted to be the best, unlike everyone else. I became a collector of rare items and trainer of the weak, traveling and searching everywhere for the new talent. I teach my students the power, what that's inside. I don't want to be rich, but I want to be well off, where I can provide for my wife and our 2 to 3 children without my wife having to work. Not saying she can't work, I just don't want her to if she doesn't want to. But an even smaller and more embarrassing, also not gonna happen secret life aspiration, is that my wife will be the girl of my dreams, a girl I'm currently friends with. To be a professional musician, I understand that's unrealistic, but why not try? I am a man, I want to be a fashion designer, and I'm not gay. All I ever get are weird looks. I would like to say research sharks, specifically shark populations, the dynamics, and their life histories. To be loved, not by tens, hundreds, or thousands of people, just by that special one. I just want to be thin. I know that doesn't seem hard to some people, but it is an insurmountable goal in my head. Every time I go on a diet, I last 2 weeks before I fly into a binge, most times gaining more weight than I had when I started. I wish there were a magic, instantaneous way to lose weight, like wishes or fairies. I dream about this at least once a week and think about it even more often. I want to live in Whistler and have a simple job and ski in the winter and bike in the summer and smoke weed and have awesome sex with a cute Canadian girl every night. I want to be the Prime Minister of Canada. Too bad I'm a girl and Muslim. I don't know why that would change as long as you're a Canadian resident, but okay. I want to live in a cottage and just invent things and own birds. I am going to invent time travel. I would like not to be scared of failure or rejection all the time, so I can ask girls I don't really know out and write the book series I've always wanted to and make it sell. Why is this making me teary-eyed? I don't know. Someone else wants to get knighted. I want my parents to die before me. My half-brother on my dad's side died a little over 10 years ago, and my half-brother on my mom's side was hit by a car when she was 15 and suffered a head injury, completely changing his life for the worst. My parents would be unspeakably devastated if anything else happened to their children. If my dad lost another child, I'm convinced he would drink himself to death. He's finally starting to cope with his drinking that started after my brother's death, and has been sober for a little over a year. I live with a nagging fear that I might get cancer or die in an accident, leaving my parents to try and deal with the death of another child. I obviously don't want my parents to die, but I do hope they live long lives. I just really don't want hope that I outlive them. I want to become a professional gamer. I want to start a goat farm and make goat cheese, milk, yogurt, etc. And I want to have a modest store front, a cafe where I sell baked goods made with my yummy goat products, goat's milk soup, or soaps, and the like. I want to be a real-life version of Tony Stark. Not the superhero part, but the high-tech CEO, playboy, expensive toys part. I have a background in CS, but I'm too socially awkward and have no ideas for a good startup. Someone else wants to be a crime fighter. I want to be a singer on some popular channel. I want to inspire people with my music and make people feel better about themselves with my lyrics. Not to mention I do sing somewhat good in other people's opinions. But it's very unrealistic with the way my life is now, though. I want to make a living out of developing games, animations, programs, and videos so that I have more time to do those things. And fortunately, I'm not good at any of those things and have no idea where I want to go in life. I'd like to execute properly my own fate death, starting from zero, knowing what I know. I want to own and run a big multinational game development company, maintaining fair values and not exploiting my fans. Basically, I want to Gabe in. I don't know what that is. I don't want to get married, but I want to have kids. Secret life aspiration? To not be in debt. To eventually be able to spend money on things that will allow me to produce the hobbies I want to do and eventually win an EGOT. EGOT? I don't know. Somehow I don't think that last one is very feasible, though. I just don't want a better job and I don't want to be alone anymore. I would like to live in London for a while, too. My goal in life is to be a dentist, to go to a dentist for a checkup and tell them I have zero, and them tell me I have zero cavities. Also, when my fiance retires from the army, we're able to finally put roots down in one place. I want to open an animal shelter daycare. That's all I want. Be around animals all day and then come home to my husband and children. All my ambitions aren't secret and are very attainable by the fact that I have so many directions I want to go. It is kind of embarrassing. I have a degree in medical illustration and would like to continue working in that field. But I love working on comics and telling stories, so I draw a web comic and write novels. But I have gotten good at colorizing and could potentially break into the comic fields that way. I also have picked up home brewing and would like to work for a brewery. They're all very attainable, and I do have the potential to do them. It's just getting out of the rut. Red, shitty job. I'm in now and need to be somewhere else. I want to raise a child, preferably a girl, just to see if I can raise her correctly and try to put her into the right mindset. Don't be afraid of failure. Never tell her she did well because she is intelligent, but because she worked hard for the future. I want to have a craft cake, like an internet cake. I'm sorry, let's rephrase that one. I want to have a craft cafe, like an internet cafe, but you come in and use my sewing machines and patterns. I'll just have an area in the front for consignment for other local crafters to sell their awesome stuff. I'll have my employees wear aprons with patches that indicate their areas of expertise, cross stitch, knitting, sewing, etc., so they can help my customers. I'll have books full of patterns for knit, crochet, sewing. I'll have classes and host groups where people can sit and knit and crochet and talk about life. And any time you get hungry, you can have an amazing banana blueberry scone, or a chocolate cherry muffin, or a peanut butter chai. Every Sunday morning, we'll have a cereal buffet with all different kinds of cereal, fruit, candy, nuts, and other toppings. Our company vehicle is going to be yard bombed. It would be awesome, but since I have bad credit and have never owned a small business before, I don't think it's realistic right now. Maybe, not ever. Someone else wants to direct and write an animated film. To live in peace, to be economically safe, and to read. Iceland, an actual real place, is my dream. A place where there is fresh air, peaceful people and that value literature and education. To actually spend the day reading in this paradise. But I live in Latin America, and to be a resident of that country is unreachable for me. Dreams sometimes are a heavier burden than life itself. Nobel Prize or bust. I know it's a long shot, but I know the right opportunities and some luck. It's possible. I want muscles, laser hair removal, and tailored clothes. To create a truly artificial intelligence. Not something that you can pass a Turing test, but something that can truly think, grow, and learn. An electronic person. I want to see the world. I want to be the world's greatest father because I never had one. I don't like children, but if I wind up with them, I want to give them something amazing and influential. Growing up with a single mother that created her own reality did a huge toll on me. I would love to be the first woman on Mars. Don't care if it's a one-way trip or a 90% chance of not getting there. I love the idea of escaping Earth. Everyone I've told look at me like I've gone batty. to fight and be fit like Beatrix Kiddo, so that I'll never have to be afraid of getting walked on all over again. Learn 3 other languages and make comics, which I've been working on. I just need to work more on. I would do nearly anything in exchange for superpowers. I want to be an author for a living. The problem being that both my parents are chemists and I've lined up to take over the family business since I was about 11. I'm halfway through a chemistry degree, though, and I feel that I would be throwing away too much to give up on it now, and I feel bad for not wanting what is a guaranteed job when thousands of people across the country can't get one at all. I want to be one of the expert commentators on like VH1's Behind the Music or other crappy music documentaries. Also, I think it'd be really awesome toll booth operator. I want to be a backup singer. I've loved singing all my life because I grew up singing in a church choir. My voice has no soul, meaning I sound boring but can blend with other voices fairly easily. When I was little, I was drawn to the fame and glory of being a lead singer, but now I can see how much fame can cost you when it comes to life off stage. Being a backup singer would allow me to tour the world, keep singing, and make money. It would also be easy to leave wherever I want to start a family or settle down. It's never going to happen. I'm studying engineering and on the track to have a regular 9 to 5 job in a lab somewhere. But every time I go to a big concert, I can't help but be envious of the women swaying in the background, achieving my dream. If I were rich, I would have a house built into the side of a hill, just with a door to a wooded area on the surface. Realistically, though, my goal is for my kid to get his master's PhD. I'm the first in my family to ever go to college. I have an AS working on a BS. I think that would be the next level. I'd love to work for Valve, to be honest. Probably not talented enough, though. I'd also love to be a touring drummer, but I don't have the dedication. Finally, I've always wanted to either A, move to San Francisco, or B, move abroad, probably to Asia, but the cost of living in Cali would be too high. The culture shock and difficulty of finding a job in Asia deters me. I want to be Prime Minister. Though when my friend was joking about being Prime Minister, everyone admitted out of all of us I'd be the best. I still feel like it's a pipe dream. It's totally unattainable. I just want to improve this country, and I feel like I've got some really good ideas. I want to move to rural Japan, build my own dojo, and train with nothing but waterfalls and gorgeous views and nature surrounding me. I want to be a farmer. I've only ever told my wife, and she's on board so long as there's plenty of animals to play with. My open desire is to be a filmmaker, and I'm trying. But it really fails, and I suddenly hate it. I always have my secret farmer wish. Maybe I'll get some alpacas. I want to, and plan on, starting my own business and buying real estate, using the profits to fully fund a human project, of which I have not decided. My dream job would be a Mythbuster or a Top Gear host, but those goals would be next to the impossible to achieve. But even if I were a star in a reasonably priced car, it would be nice. But then again, I am both tempted to become famous. I also find the life of an average family dad very tempting, so I don't know which to choose, really. I want to be a special effects artist or a Muppeteer. If I could be both, I'd be in heaven. I just want to sit down with a drink, a cigar, and have good company and be boring and read a book with my boring friends. Then we can play snooker, pool, chess, read books, and have fun in simple ways. Just being kind of boring makes me tingle. I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. I just spent a shit ton of money to go to school, and I'm taking the bar exam tomorrow. Whether I pass or not, I don't want to be a lawyer anymore. I just want to work for the state with with special needs children or something. But it took so much support from my loved ones to get through law school. I'm afraid I'd never be able to admit this to them. God help me, I just want a creative job to make money doing stuff I love, like making jewelry, art, poetry. I don't want huge piles of cash and fame with other things, though it would be a cool bonus. But being comfortable with this, maybe game show, maybe show in some galleries. I don't tell people this, because when I do, they tell me to be realistic and lower my expectations. Fuck that noise. Well, we're going to stop with that one because, yeah, some of those are some of them I think are pretty achievable, and others, that's why we're saying they're unrealistic and stuff. Me personally, I want to own a laundromat. That's my goal right now. I have plans for a laundromat. Unfortunately, where I live, it would not be feasible. There's one laundromat within 25 miles. and it just wouldn't work. But it'd be cool. There'd be Wi-Fi. There'd be a secured playground for kids. There'd be all kinds of cool shit. But the thing is, I love doing laundry and I love the smell of clean laundry. So that would be an awesome, awesome, unattainable dream for me. Why don't you leave yours in the comments down below? And we'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye-bye. Hey there, this is Ramona, and I'm going to shamelessly promote some of my products over from Amazon.com. This one is a bunch of coloring books. They're paper dolls to color because I combined a lot of my favorite things. I loved paper dolls as a kid. I never could get enough. I was always drawing my own paper dolls, my own paper doll clothes, all that kind of stuff. I also love to color because it's very relaxing and calming, and it's a good creative outlet. And so here we go. There's 5 in a series, volumes 1 through 5, obviously, all color coordinated because, you know, why not? But it's over on Amazon.com called Paper Dolls to Color. And as you can see, they're all hand-drawn. Probably not the best formatting job I could do, but hey, you know, I'm giving myself a B for effort. All the clothes are interchangeable. There's 5 paper dolls per book, and they are named, but of course you can, you know, change that. I just picked random names, some of them from friends and family and whatever. But you know, they're not bad. But I do love drawing clothes. I've always wanted to be, okay, not always, but there was a time I really wanted to be a fashion designer, but I don't have the skill and I can't sew except for then to put buttons on and to, you know, do that kind of stuff. But each book has pajamas, has winter wear, has little ideas, you know, for careers or whatever. You can do whatever you want to with them, and the fun thing is you can color them however you want. There's fancy stuff to wear. It's, you know, my inner girly girl dream there. But if you are interested in coloring or paper dolls or any of that fun stuff, or you know someone who is, go take a look over on Amazon.com and maybe pick up 1 or 2. There's only 5, so it's not like it's going to break the bank. Anyway, thanks for listening to this. Sorry for the shameless self-promotion, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Thanks. Bye.